Jamaica, Jamaica, tap in, tap in, tap in. We don't drink water, we drink water. We drink water. Hey, listen, man. Y'all remember we just reacted to the NLE CHOPPA was on a round table with Kurt Franklin, Jonathan Majors. They had Ray J. Ray J was acting stupid. We already know that. Look, check this out. TMZ just ran up on NLE CHOPPA. This is an X collage, but we got to touch on this. Bruh, did you know there was some other underlying issues with Jonathan Majors against NLE CHOPPA? He was saying that it might be because of NLE CHOPPA said something about his wife previously, what's her name? Megan Good? Yeah, Megan Good. So, and NLE CHOPPA explains how Jonathan Majors, just like we was talking about, he tried to totally exclude everything that he was saying. Look, y'all ain't gonna want to click off this video. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Just felt forced.
You recently kind of did a sit down with Kurt Franklin.
Everything we were talking about. Look,
Jonathan Majors was there.
Yeah.
And you guys were discussing Jesus, and you made a comment about, people can read about it, but you made a comment, Majors clapped back basically like, yo, maybe you need to read your Bible more, because he didn't like the way that you interpreted it, I suppose.
Yes. I was saying you should appreciate your brother and honor your brother, but Jesus and God should not be on the same plane. It's a thing that people say, well, God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit is are one.
All one.
That's true. That can be one, but that doesn't mean that they're on the same plane. So that's why you have a father. That's why you have a son. That's why you have children. So with children.
So what is he talking about? He's talking about the Holy Trinity doctrine, where people believe that Christ is God. No, he's not. He's God's son. My main thing is, this is how I combat that. If Christ was God, who was Christ talking to while he was on the cross? Who was Christ questioning while he was he was talking to God. That lets you know that they're separate. They're separate. That's the Son, and God is the Father. It's simple. It's simple, y'all.
Children of the Most High God. So we would never be on the same plane as God. I think the way I probably pronounced it probably created a little bit of misconfusion, but I mean, any person that really breaks down scriptures and breaks down God will understand that God sits here. There's nobody that sits on that throne with him or share the same vicinity.
Do you feel like there's an issue with Majors now, or are you good with Majors?
I feel like it's not an issue with Majors. I never had one. I do feel like it was tension going into the interview on his behalf because I've publicly said things, complimented Megan Good about how he looks and stuff.
Oh, that's what it was about.
So like during the interview, it was like certain moments to where like I just felt like he kept trying to use the Megan thing to like, you know how people as kids, people wave stuff in your face like, hey, I got this, you ain't got that. Yeah. But it wasn't even that, bro. It was like, you know, I respect whatever, you know, union y'all have. But it was like he kept, during the interview, it was moments where it just felt forced and it felt unnatural with how he was bringing her into the equation.
Bro, we caught the same thing. He said it felt unnatural. Like, bro, these brothers are talking about mental health. That's what all the brothers is talking. Bro, why you keep bringing up your wife in the conversation, bro? For what? That's why he was saying it felt forced. It felt unnatural. Why you keep talking about other stuff? Bro, we caught the same thing, and he caught it too. I'm telling you, when you of the spirit, you catch other people's evil spirit. Jonathan Majors did not come in there in all sincerity. He didn't come in there with a good spirit, y'all.
And even like he brought her into the equation and said, you know, no disrespect to the young brother as he looked off and like waved me off twice. And then he looked up at the guy in front of him and made eye contact with him and said, and you know, no, to you as well, Kev, but you did not look at me. You made no eye contact. You brushed me off.
Bruh, he is 22 and he's able to read body language. He's able to read the disrespect. That's the most disrespectful thing you could do, is not look a man in his eyes. That's what Jonathan Majors did. Oh, yeah, no disrespect. You need to read your Bible some more. You need to go read your Bible. Ain't even look at him in the eyes, bro. That's disrespectful, and he caught it.
And then proceeded to disrespect me. You feel me? So it was like, I just knew what was really going on behind the scenes. I knew that was something that he was pressed about.
That's why I say, man, age and number is not the same as age and spirit. Just because this brother is young, he's 22. Them other guys, they sit up there, oh, he's the young one. But really, he's the most spiritual out of all of them, including Kirk Franklin, because them other guys was alluding to they are non-believers. When you look at the interview, they kept insinuating that they don't believe when they're at their lowest state. When you really study the Bible, it tells you to be joyful when you're at a lower state, because when you're joyful, when you're at a lower state, you letting God know that you're happy with nothing. Like, okay, I'm still breathing, I'm still living. So when you're at a lower state, there's no way for you to go but up. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you got believers and you got non-believers, but I did not like the way they was trying to treat NLE CHOPPA in that interview. Next story, y'all. Gucci Man reveals that Drake forgave him after he apologized for the things he said during a mental health episode. So Gucci was going through a mental health episode, and he was texting people he was cursing them out and all of this, you know, people get high and all that stuff. So what he's saying is he learned from Drake by saying, look, I forgive you or whatever. So now it helped Gucci forgive Young Thug when Young Thug leaked calls came out and he was talking about Gucci or whatever. But yeah, let's check this out, y'all.
I forgive you, Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I said some bullshit about Drake, text him some crazy junk, but once I was going through an episode, so I had to hit him back and be like, I'm sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? I was going through something. And he was like, man, you know, we're gonna get past that. Brothers go through stuff. Bro, it felt so good that like people went like, understood, because I'm straight, like, I'm sorry to everybody I said anything, cause I'm just tweeting, I'm just texting people, and I might did it to 30 people. Some people like don't want to hear it. You said something that was so offensive, they just don't fuck with me no more. But a lot of people was like, man, we gonna get past that, it ain't no big deal, and I'm like appreciative of that.
And they not.
Now Drake probably did forgive him because he ain't want no smoke. You know, don't nobody want no smoke with Goo-Wop. Look, Drake was like, hey, I forgive you, brother. Yeah, we know you forgive him, nigga. You was scared.
Trying to hold on to that grudge.
Yeah.
Nah, but do you appreciate it so much because you know, like, I probably wouldn't have forgave you.
No, I'm like that too. For real. It's like that. Like, I probably wouldn't have forgave you. It's people who I won't forgive. You feel they don't get no comeback. They can't come around me no more.
Yeah.
But somebody forgave me though.
So that makes you be like, damn, I really take that to heart because I know how I am. Like, I really hold a grudge till you go. But
Let's say, for instance, like, Thug said some stuff about me or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it came on the internet. But then he made a song and say, I miss my dogs about me. I immediately accepted the apology because I'd have been there.
Yeah.
And I wanted somebody to forgive me. I know how that it's like a weight on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want somebody like, bro, it's okay. You know what I mean?
Talk to
I ain't talked to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said,
do forgive him.
Yeah, I forgive him.
Yeah. That's solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I always talk about when you hold hatred in your heart for people, that's a weight on you. That's not a weight on that other person. That other person is out there having fun. That's a weight on you. And that's why the Bible says iron sharpeneth iron. Look what he learned from Drake. He learned forgiveness. Now, we're excluding if Drake had an ulterior motive or anything like that. Hell with all of that. We just want to harp on how somebody could learn off of somebody else. If he would have never got forgiven, but if Drake would have never been like, yeah, I forgive you, go out, whatever, talking about me, he probably would have still been holding on to grudges with other people. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good thing. That's why we got to spread this word of positivity to other people. You never know who day you might brighten up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's get the next story. He goes on to talk about Jeezy and their versus battle. Check this out, y'all.
After I did what song I did? The Truth.
Yeah, the truth.
True. Yeah.
I'm glad that he stopped and did what he did.
Yeah.
Because if he would have played Stay Scrap, I don't think I could have took it.
What with that?
I'm telling you. That's what, I guess he seen the situation, said, let's calm it down.
Yeah.
Because it would have been like a volcano. It would have
You was already ready to go there. I seen you moving. I seen you.
I was ready to go there.
You had on the coat.
I really was in the heat of the moment. I didn't even intend for it to be like that. I didn't intend to go there like that.
Yeah.
But then it's like once you get there, it's like it just
Fuck all that.
Man, it just gloves off. that side of me don't come out no more.
Yeah.
So that's how I came.
That's
going
he's
into
starting
the
to
verses.
grow.
But once I started the verse, it seemed like he was more level-headed and calmer than I
Yeah,
was.
he was.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because I'm dropping diss records. He didn't drop no diss records.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But that's how I looked at it. Like, damn. So it kind of made me. I ain't
Who
gonna say.
with you? Who with you?
Oh, I had it with me.
What they?
He said I had it with
My
me.
dude energy, they ready.
Oh, so he had to figure out a way to be like,
I ain't saying he had to, but you know.
Nah,
what I'm saying? I
Jesus
feel
was
like
just
that
mature.
That was smart, and they were like it brought everything to like a respect level. Like from then on, we kind of like we ain't been no disrespect since then. I couldn't do nothing but respect it because it's like if I diss you and you don't diss back, and you go there, I respect that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I respect that because you could have.
yeah,
So
Right.
so at that moment you think about the bigger picture.
yeah.
You ain't crash out.
Exactly.
There's a scripture in Proverbs that say, smooth words turneth away wrath. Now, if Jeezy would have kept the same energy that Gucci Man did, then it would have been an all-out war. But being as though that he used smooth words, kept it classy. And one thing I noticed when that versus battle happened, I noticed that the younger generation was for Gucci, and the more mature generation, the more mature men was rooting for Jeezy because that was a mature thing to do. Like, yo, we've lost all these people. Why continue to do this beefing thing for these youngins to see? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but and Gucci Man is growing now. He's growing. He see like, yo, I can't be no YN for the rest of my life. Like Jim Jones. Y'all see, man, it's a lot of older guys. They don't want to grow, bro. Check this out. Next story. They got a picture of Kendrick Lamar in the White House. Now, I can't make out, because I ain't got my monitor screen. I'm on the laptop screen. I can't make out who's around him. I think that might be Dave Free on the left of him. But yeah, it's a little picture for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I figured y'all like that. Check it out. Next story. Skip Bayless is facing backlash for saying the Jaguars shouldn't have allowed Travis Hunter to be baptized on the game day, just hours before the team lost. So y'all know them Christians gonna go ask Skip Bayless. Them people don't believe in God, man. You go up in there with everything your grandmother taught you and all of that stuff. Them people in the NFL don't believe in that stuff.
There was no way that Travis Hunter should have chosen to be baptized on the morning of a 1 o'clock game in Jacksonville, where he plays, obviously, for the Jaguars. Not under normal circumstances, but here's the point. The Jags are using him so little, especially on defense, where he is the most gifted, all-time gifted, that Travis Hunter is starting to lose interest. He's starting to check out mentally on the Jags. So he was actually happy to be baptized on a game day morning because football isn't taking that much concentration or focus or pregame mental preparation. Nope, not now. Now, I'm certainly not suggesting that getting baptized was any kind of protest on Travis's part. It was just a stunning indication, a stunning indication of where his head is at or not at right now. It's not really into football right now. I'll get to that point in just a minute. His attitude, obviously, in this case was, hey, they're not using me that much anyway. Why not get baptized?
Man, Travis Hunter is in his girl's butt. It's like, nah. But I do know that the coaches do that. They won't put a player in the game just to see how much fight he got in him. Just to see if he gonna be like, coach, put me in the game. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Travis Hunter is asking his coach to put him in the game. I think he's like, shit, hey, look, you want to put me on this bench? I'm going to go ahead and relax. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know I don't even watch football. I don't watch sports, so I really don't care. Next story. Why did I save this? A black police officer calls out Chick-fil-A for racially biased after they... Oh, yeah, that's what this is. Look, after they offer free meals to the 3 white officers, but force him to pay for his meal. He mad as hell. He wanted them damn chicken nuggets, boy.
I was kind of humiliated and embarrassed, at the whole situation, because it seemed like it was a racial issue to me.
Clover Police Sergeant Tracy Reed had that experience.
So it was 4 officers that went in Chick-fil-A. 3 white, 1 black. 3 white didn't pay for their food, but the black guy had to pay for his food. Damn.
At a Chick-fil-A restaurant in Augusta, Georgia, while on a work trip a few weeks ago. He and 3 other CPD officers, all of them white, went into the restaurant for breakfast.
We all came into the restaurant together. We rode together, came in the restaurant together, all had the same uniform on,
the white
stood
guys
in
could
line
attest to it.
together. There was never a time that we were not together while standing in line.
They say all 3 white officers were offered a complimentary meal, which they say is often offered to law enforcement at the popular restaurant chain. But when Sergeant Reed got to the register, he had to pay.
He said he had to pay for his meal, and it infuriated me. And I told him, I said, "You want me to go say something?" And he was like, "No, I don't want you to cause a scene." But I could tell by the way he looked that, he just looked down at his plate and he looked really embarrassed and humiliated, which really made me mad.
Eventually, Reed wrote this letter to Chick-fil-A corporate demanding the chain retrain employees at the Augusta location and strengthen corporate-wide policies on compliance with civil rights laws. But Reed and the other officers were not satisfied with the response from the Augusta store manager, which included 2 cards for free meals.
They said that it was perceived that we were embarrassed or.
I don't want your free card meal. I don't want your free meal cards, nigga. Nah, I wanted it then. Don't give me no free meal for cards, and I don't want that. Now it look like I'm begging and shit. Nah,
That it was a racial incident, which I didn't like because I know it wasn't perceived. It actually happened.
He's not the only one to perceive it. We all perceived it that way, and it's.
So all the 3 officers, the white officers, they seen it. They seen what happened, and they say it infuriated them. But my thing is, was it the same Chick-fil-A employee? I got a couple questions. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple questions for that. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about that. 6ix9ine trolls DJ Akademiks, alleging that Drake and Gunna both get cosmetic surgery. I think Gunna got a BBL. Drake's your favorite rapper, right? You know Drake got abs, right? Oh yeah, everybody know that. Check it out.
Yeah, they calling you got mad skinny.
Man, it's because 6ix9ine got fat, man. Me and 6ix9ine going on a weight loss journey.
Yeah, we about to join the Gunna run. What's that shit called?
Yo, how do you think you lost the weight though? You think he was like stressed out because people called him a rat?
I think he got a BBL.
You think he got BBL?
Yeah, for sure.
On some Batman Kevo shit type shit.
And money back.
Nah, Gunna ain't getting no. Gunna is out there on the football fields and running and all of that. Gunna ain't got no BB. Nah, Gunna ain't get. I don't think Gunna got no surgery. Drake, on the other hand, we know about Drake, but as far as Gunna, no, we see Gunna. We see Gunna in the gym. We see him on them football fields. We see him out in the streets. He got little walkathons and all of that. Nah, he naturally losing that. Nah.
Bag yo.
Money bag yo ain't getting no damn BBL.
Drake your favorite rapper, right?
Yeah.
You know Drake got a abs, right?
I mean, they be saying that, but like how you gonna know? Like, you gotta act like a female. Like, how would you know a nigga got ab surgery? Like,
you just said for him and Kevo.
Because he admitted it. Drake is not jacking it. He's like, yo, like he posts gym pictures like he working out and shit.
You believe it?
Nigga, I'm not a girl. I don't give a fuck what he look like. He could look like Rod Wave. Rod Wave, one of my favorite too. That nigga is not, he's like Khaled. He's losing weight but never losing weight. That's my nigga.
Yeah, they calling you.
Oh, he threw a shot at Rod Wave. Dang. Yeah, Akademiks, as long as you, Bro, Akademiks be doing 24-hour streams, 15-hour streams. You sit on the same chair all day. You don't get out. So you definitely ain't losing no weight. So yeah, you might as well hang that up. No Limit soldiers were seen locked in and ready for the Versus Showdown October 25th. What's today? October 18th. What the hell they ready right now for? Oh, it's pre-recorded. I thought it was live. Cash Money versus No Limit. I don't know. Who y'all got, y'all? Who y'all got? I'm ready to hear them beats by the pound. That's what I'm ready to hear. They had them beats. But, man, I don't know. Cash Money, they going to be on stage falling asleep and shit. That's what's good. I don't know. I think Baby on that stuff. I think BG got Baby on that stuff. Then you got Lil Wayne talking about don't stop. That shit is not gonna work. It's not gonna work. No Limit. Look at them. They eating healthy and shit. Got Snoop up there. You know, Master P, he ain't never been about using no substances. Fiend up there. Nah, they ready, man. They ready. They gonna be hype. Next story, y'all. Future is being sued by a photographer who claims the rapper used the photograph picture of the Dungeon family home without permission on the mixtape Pluto. Oh, the Dungeon family. That's the camp that Future came. But how the hell he could sue him though? Did he even get permission to take a picture of the house? That's crazy. How could he sue him for that? The Dungeon family, that's I was about to say my Goody Mob. I don't know about to say my Goody Mob, Outkast, all of them, they recorded in the basement of a house. I don't know who house it was, but that was the Dungeon family. You know what I'm saying? But that's the camp that Future come out of. That's when they used to call him Future Meathead. That was Future's nickname back then. But how could the guy sue him though? I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. This was funny. Check this out. So this old ass uncle, he taking a picture, I think, with his daughter and his granddaughter, whatever. He got his hand right on her chest. She's like, "Get your hand off my titty." Look at this, y'all. Check it out.
You got my titty,
Grandpa. I'm sorry. She said, "You got my titty, Grandpa." Hold on, look.
You got my titty, Grandpa.
He said, "Oh."
I thought that was soft. I didn't want to.
He said, "I thought that was soft."
There's an accent, right?
Yes.
You got my titty, Grandpa.
I'm sorry.
He said, "Oh shit." Oh man. Next story. Rick Ross claims he can swim across this pool underwater from end to end, which is the largest pool in the United States. No, he cannot. No, he cannot. Why didn't he prove it? Why didn't he prove it? Why they just showing the pool? They just trying to show that he got the largest pool in the United States. I don't know why they throw out that. I don't know why they try to preface it with, "Oh, Rick Ross can swim from end to end under the water." No, he can't. No, he cannot. No, he can't. Now, you know who could? Me. I could. I could hold, yeah, I know how to do that. He can't. Next story. Nicki Minaj reveals she's in the best musical place she's ever been. Shit. Shh. All that crashing out you've been doing on Cardi B and them. You ain't in no type of good position. I know your spirit messed up. Let's see what she got to say, y'all.
Do what you have to do, okay? Sometimes I forget to come back and tell the Barbs, "Hey Barbs," and scene. But and then people be calling me child. I'll be like, "What the?" But anyway, but just know that I'm in a very, I'm very happy, with you guys and with the next chapter. And nothing is going to stop that. We are in the best musical place I've ever been in, ever in my life. And just complete.
Yeah, when people in the good mindset and they in the good space in their life, they don't be crashing out on nobody online. They don't just be picking and talking about people's children. Don't let her fool you with this bullshit.
Musical clarity and also the musical I don't want to say rebirth, but like almost like an introduction to myself when I started, but not just because of like, not talking about the sound, which is normally what people talk about, but the person. Um, because music is always going to be different. Why would you want it to be the same? But as an artist, sometimes you can listen back to your projects and you can hear who you were as a person. And it's amazing how it affects the art. And
She's speaking in circles. That's how you know, hey, her head messed up. She ain't even saying nothing. Next story, y'all. Fans are calling NBA YoungBoy the new Tupac. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he ain't. No, he is not. Tupac always had a mixture of some positivity, some I love my people, the Great Awakening. He always had some inspiring words. I don't see that with NBA YoungBoy. I don't see that with him. I got. Hey, look, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Y'all let me know some clips out there with NBA YoungBoy being revolutionary and all of that. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the collage, man. But yeah, Jamaica, tap in. Put your Jamaican flags in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the X collage. Big Kish signing out. Going, y'all.